Do you feel like you've lost your way? Are you overwhelmed and anxious on a daily basis? Do you feel like you're too stressed out to enjoy life? If so, you've landed in the right place. The Gratitude to Bliss show is about stressing less and feeling blessed. It's about figuring out what matters most, letting go of what doesn't, and creating a life that makes you feel happy and alive. I'm Lorraine Miller, mom, health coach, award-winning author, infertility survivor, and recovering stressaholic. And I'm on a mission to help you overcome overwhelm, improve your health, and find your bliss. The best part? It's so easy to get started. The Gratitude to Bliss show starts now. Hello, and welcome to the Gratitude to Bliss show, the place to be to get your vitamin G. I'm Lorraine Miller, your host, and I have a special show today. Today, I am going to share strategies for mental health. I'm going to talk about mindset strategies, nutrition strategies, and fasting strategies to improve your mental health. Over 40 million Americans are suffering from anxiety. So if that's you, know that you are not alone. And many more are suffering from stress and overwhelm on a daily basis. But there are so many wonderful ways to help yourself heal and overcome anxiety and stress and depression and overwhelm. And you can do these things naturally. So during this show, I'm going to share with you some tips and some strategies so that you can do that and you can get ahead of the curve and really start enjoying life again. So I want to start with mindset strategies. So my number one mindset strategy for mental health is to practice gratitude. Surprise, surprise. This is the Gratitude to Bliss show. This is what we talk about. But you may know that gratitude is good for you. You may enjoy listening to this show and these episodes. But I really want to encourage you to just get in the game and do the practice if you aren't already. So in episode 1, I walk you through a very simple gratitude practice I call vitamin G, and I give you tips and strategies for getting the most out of it. So number 1 is check out that episode and just follow the process that I teach you in that episode. Gratitude is the antidote to stress. And studies have shown that it lowers cortisol by 23%. Now, why is this so important? Cortisol is a stress hormone. And when we are spending day after day in a stress state, we can accumulate cortisol in the body. We don't process it well. And it leads to inflammation. And inflammation is really the root cause of almost every disease. It's at the root cause of chronic disease and digestive issues, tension in the body, chronic pain, chronic fatigue, neurological issues, immune issues. Inflammation is something that we need to address in the body. And that is why so many times our ailments and our symptoms are stress related. Over 75% of all doctor and hospital visits are stress related. And most of this really stems from inflammation. So the fact that practicing gratitude can lower cortisol by 23% is something to pay attention to. When you feel stressed, you can simply think of something you're grateful for, and you can lower that stress response in the body. And when you practice vitamin G, when you write in your gratitude journal every day, you rewire your brain to see the positive in every situation. So we're going to have things come up throughout our day. We're going to have stress. We're going to have conflict. We're going to have challenges. But when we are focused on what we're grateful for, we rewire our brain so it becomes more resilient and less of a victim to these challenges throughout the day. So the science shows that people who practice gratitude regularly report becoming 20 to 25% happier. So those two stats right there, 20 to 25% happier, lowering the stress response in your body by 23% is reason enough to start this practice and to do it now. And to share it with people you love. If you know anyone who's struggling right now with anxiety or depression, gratitude is the number one tool for boosting positivity. It helped me when I was in a really tough spot. I was depressed. I was going through infertility for 5 years. And it was the tool that just got me out of my funk and got me to feel good again and to feel like myself. And you can learn more about that, about my story in episode 1. So definitely go back, review that episode, check it out if you haven't already, and get started with your vitamin G practice. And I like to add a special sauce to practicing gratitude. That is part of the vitamin G practice that I teach. And so, what is the special sauce? I've talked about it before. I love to talk about it. It's really putting yourself in the feeling of gratitude, in the feeling of whatever positive emotion you have when you are thinking about what you're grateful for. So you could be feeling love, you could be feeling joy, you could be feeling excitement, passion, fulfillment. You could feel supported. Putting yourself in those positive feelings is when you really enjoy the physiological benefits that gratitude has to offer. So, how do you do that? I have an easy way for you to do that. If you go to my website, gratitudetobliss.com, and you enter your email address, you'll have access to a free guided meditation called Nourishing Gratitude. And this guided meditation is not very long. I think it's about 5 minutes. And it will just guide you to really focusing on feeling those positive emotions in your heart so that you can practice, and it's a practice, being in the feeling. And when you practice writing down what you're grateful for in your journal, you're rewiring your brain. And when you practice the special sauce, you are conditioning your nervous system to be familiar with positive emotions and get used to them. And as you do it, more and more, you start seeing more things you're grateful for, and you start feeling more grateful for the things that you have in your life. And this is how we go from feeling anxious and stressed and overwhelmed to feeling grateful and calm and fulfilled. And it doesn't happen overnight, but it doesn't take years and years and years either. And the more you do it consistently, the more it will happen. And it just requires a little bit of time every day. We're not talking, an hour a day. We're talking 5 minutes a day. And if your mental health is important to you, this is where I think you should focus. You should focus on putting a gratitude practice into your daily routine, either in the morning, in the evening, sometime when you're going to do it consistently every day. And it will help you to overcome anxiety and depression and any other mental health issues that you may be having. And if you're not experiencing any of those, that's amazing. still do this practice because it will just make you feel more joyful, more alive, more connected, and more present. And so you can enjoy the present moment. So it's really this wonderful tool for everyone to use anytime, anywhere, at any time in your life, any challenge you're going through, any joyful time in your life, whatever it may be. Gratitude is a gift that you have. It's yours. So take advantage of it. My second strategy, my second mindset strategy for mental health is to notice your self-talk. How do you talk to yourself throughout the day? Do you talk to yourself in a kind, loving, gentle voice? Or are you talking to yourself in a critical and judgmental voice or a negative voice? So just listen to that voice and just become aware of it, because the more you are aware of your own tendencies, the more you can reframe them. So if you're struggling with something and maybe you want to exercise and you're just, you're just having a bad day and you didn't get to the gym, you can notice if you're beating yourself up for that and saying, you should have gone to the gym today. You're always missing the gym. You're not working out. You're not going to accomplish your goals if you don't change, if you don't do better. Or can you say, okay, I'm going to try better next time? And it's just a subtle difference in the tone. So you kind of want to be your own cheerleader. So you want to say, it's okay, just try to get there tomorrow. Or whatever your goal is, like just be more gentle with yourself, because your body is always listening. Your subconscious mind is always listening. And to feel strong in your body and in your mind, you you want to really practice having that strong voice. So the first step is really just noticing what your voice is telling you. And you may find that some days, actually, this is probably true for almost everyone. Some days you're more negative than others. You might not have gotten enough sleep. You might have something stressing you. That's why I say just notice, just be aware. And when you can reframe your thoughts, reframe them in a positive way to be your best friend, be your own cheerleader, because you always have your back. You're always in charge of you. You're always in control. And when you know that you always have your back and that you are your own best friend, you can accomplish anything. So definitely just focus on noticing your self-talk. And then the third mindset strategy for mental health that I have for you is to celebrate your wins. At the end of the day, celebrate what went well. And it doesn't have to be what you got done on your to-do list. If you got things done on your to-do list, celebrate them. But maybe you were just calm for 15 minutes in your day. You took a 15-minute break to just sit and notice something out the window, the trees, the sound of the birds. Maybe you had a nice chat with a friend. Maybe you went for a walk. These are all the little things that we're constantly overlooking and forgetting about and not appreciating. But by celebrating your wins, you get to enjoy those things so much more. And then you'll be motivated to do them more and more. I have some nutrition strategies for mental health now that I want to share with you. And the number one thing that I think can help with mental health is to make sure you're getting enough good fat in your diet. Um, your brain needs fat to function optimally. So when we're eating a low fat diet, um, or we're not eating enough good fat like avocados and salmon and nuts and seeds, those nutrient dense foods help our brain to function. And they also help us to balance blood sugar so we don't have these blood sugar spikes and then crashes. So you always want to balance your meals with good healthy fat, um, and or protein. And you always want to balance that with carbs. So if you're eating carbs, what you want to do is balance that with good fat or good protein. That's what I'm trying to say here. Um, because if you're just eating carbs, that can spike your blood sugar, which feels good initially for a little while, but then you're going to crash and you're going to feel tired and sluggish, or you might actually have low mood, feel a little depressed, or feel a little anxious. So make sure you're getting good fat in your diet, and then also good sources of protein. Protein is really important as well. Protein is the building blocks of everything in our body. So if we're not getting enough protein, we can be suffering mentally. You want to bring in some good nutrient dense foods like berries and um, greens and things that are rich in antioxidants, because they help protect the body from stress and they help protect the body from disease. So think of the rainbow, all the colors of the rainbow, um, and think of plant-based plant foods that have lots of vitamins and nutrients, vitamin C, um, and blueberries are a really good source of antioxidants, raspberries, and those leafy green vegetables are so good for you. And then fermented foods. We want to keep our gut healthy. There is a connection between the brain and the gut. And when the gut is inflamed, the gut is not producing enough serotonin. 90% of the serotonin that our body produces comes from the gut. So if your gut is unhealthy, you're going to suffer mentally and have anxiety and other mental health issues. So make sure you're getting foods that are rich in probiotics. Fermented foods are the best source of probiotics, and work on healing your gut. And finally, I have two fasting strategies for mental health. Um, and one is intermittent fasting, which is closing your eating window and opening up your fasting window. So if you're eating from 7 in the morning until 7 at night, then you have a 12-hour eating window and a 12-hour fasting window. But if you expand that fasting window to 13 to 15 hours by delaying breakfast an hour, or two or three, then you're opening up your fasting window. And what that does is that allows your body to switch from the sugar burning system to the fat burning system. And why is this so important? This metabolic switch is something our bodies are designed to do because thousands of years ago, when we lived in the wild, we didn't have food available all the time. And we had to switch from feasting to famine. And we're not doing that in modern society. And we're consuming too much glucose, too many carbs, and we're not allowing our body to go into that fat burning system. So by doing this, you will be able to put your body into ketosis, which is the fat burning system, and you'll also lower your resistance to insulin. And this is so important for mental health because once you learn how to regulate your blood sugar, you don't have those ups and downs. You don't have those crazy moods and your hormones start balancing, your body starts coming into balance. You won't be craving food as much. You won't be getting hangry as often. And you'll really get control over your eating so that you can eat in a way that supports your body and also your mental health. Um, and then if you do have gut issues, a 24-hour fast will actually help reset the gut. So that is something that is so important to do because, as I said earlier, there's a gut brain connection. So, doing a 24-hour fast, maybe once a month, can be really, really helpful for mental health. So, that's why I like fasting as a tool. Um, and intermittent fasting is the best way to start. I just recommend starting with expanding your fasting window an hour and trying to delay your breakfast and go slowly and see how you feel. So, those are my mindset strategies, nutrition strategies, and fasting strategies to help improve your mental health. And these are some of the things that I cover in my program, Calm, Healthy, and Fit, which is a 3-month complete wellness transformation where we work on mindset, we work on nutrition, and we include fasting in there. And then we also work on just implementing all of this into your daily life and strategies for doing that. So I hope this is inspiring for you. And I would love to hear from you. You can always reach out to me at gratitudetobliss.com and let me know if you have any questions about anything that I've covered. So I'd like to do the wheel of gratitude now. So, Emily, if you could spin the wheel for us.
Okay, today the wheel landed on home.
Home. Oh, I love feeling grateful for my home. I've lived in my home only 2.5 years now, and I had a vision of the home that I wanted to purchase. And I think it's really, really important to appreciate where you live. So take a moment now to think of something about your home or something in your home. If you have a favorite spot in your home that you like to sit and read in, if you have a favorite room, if there's a favorite activity that you do at home, maybe you really love your kitchen, maybe you love to cook, or maybe you just love your bedroom. Whatever it is, just think of one thing right now and focus on the feeling that you get when you envision yourself feeling grateful, feeling calm, feeling comfy, and um, feeling supported in your home. And just let that feeling fill your body and feel some gratitude and some appreciation. And this is something that you can do anytime, anywhere. You can include things from your home in your gratitude journal, and it can really just enhance how you feel when you come home to your house, whether you've been on vacation or you've been out for the day running around, or maybe you've been at work all day. Just really, when you walk through that door the next time, just really feel an appreciation for your home. And it can be as simple as just having a home and having a roof over your head. So that is your gratitude wheel of gratitude for today. So we're going to end now, but I just want to remind you, definitely check out episode 1 of the Gratitude to Bliss show. and learn how to practice vitamin G and share that episode with your friends and family so they can take advantage of vitamin G as well. And go to my website, gratitudetobliss.com, and download your free guided meditation, Nourishing Gratitude, so that you can enjoy the special sauce to practicing vitamin G. That's it for now. This is the Gratitude to Bliss show, the place to be to get your vitamin G. I'm your host, Lorraine Miller. And remember, I love you. Take your vitamin G. Thank you for tuning in to the Gratitude to Bliss show, the place to be to get your vitamin G. I'm Lorraine Miller, your host, and I want to remind you to check out episode 1 and create your own powerful vitamin G practice and let gratitude work magic in your life. To help you add that special sauce, download your free guided meditation, Nourishing Gratitude, at gratitudetobliss.com. Do you have a gratitude story to tell? Has gratitude helped you overcome a challenge in your life? Or are you going through a rough time and need some extra support? Go to gratitudetobliss.com/contact and send us your story to be a featured guest on the show so you can inspire others with your story or get inspired to break through whatever you are struggling with. Remember, I love you. Take your vitamin G. One thing I know for sure is that life is a blessing. We aren't meant to feel stressed, overwhelmed, and anxious on a daily basis. We are meant to feel calm, healthy, and strong mentally, physically, and emotionally. If you've been struggling with stress, if you want to boost your mood, increase your energy, balance hormones, and create greater mental clarity and focus, if you want to lose excess weight and keep it off, I invite you to check out Calm, Healthy, and Fit, my 3-month group coaching program that is all about you and making yourself a priority. We are going to set achievable goals, create healthy habits around food and lifestyle, and support each other in a group setting. Join us and visit gratitudetobliss.com/group coaching to learn more.